Hello everyone, good afternoon. With me Chris, here we will discuss about the 16 strategies to teach English in our classroom. As we know, many teachers have some difficulties on how to make the student comprehend with English. And here, I just want to try to discuss and to give 16 strategies to you all. Well, the viewers, I would like to explain the 16 strategies on how to teaching English well. As a teacher, to take this challenge effectively, you should implement innovative ideas, make the classroom experience much more lovable for your students. So here are 16 strategies ideas that will help you reinvent your teaching methods and make your classes more interesting. Number 1, creative teaching. Take the help, the tools to stimulate creativity, include playful games or forms of visual exercises that will excite young minds and capture their interest. This is a time-tested method to identify every young student's creativity abilities and encourage creativity contributions. Bring aspect of creativity into all your subjects, be it mathematics, science, or history. Think of ways to develop their creative ideas. And great different ideas give them the freedom to explore. Number 2, audio and video tools. Incorporate audio visual materials to supplement textbooks during your sessions. This can be models, film strips, movies, pictures, infographics, or other mind mapping and brain mapping tools. Such tools will help their imagination thrive and grow. These methods will not only develop their ability to listen, but will also help them understand the concepts better. For example, you can get some oral history materials to conduct live online discussion and playback recordings of public lectures. If you are tech-savvy, there are also a number of smart apps for preschoolers that you can utilize to create awesome slideshows or presentation. Number 3, real-world learning. Infusing real-world experiences into your instructions will make teaching moment fresh and enrich classroom learning. Relating and demonstrating through real-life situations will make the material easy to understand and easy to learn. It will spark their interest and get the children excited and involved. Number 4, brainstorming. Make time for brainstorming session in your classroom. This session are a great way to get the creative juices flowing. When you have multiple brains focusing on one single idea, you are sure to get numerous ideas and will also involve everyone into the discussion. This session will be a great platform for students to voice their thoughts without having to worry about right or wrong. Set some ground rules before you start. You can go for a simple brainstorming or group brainstorming or peer brainstorming. Number 5, classes outside the classroom. Some lessons are best learned when they are taught outside the classroom. Organize field trips that are relevant to the lessons or just simple to take students for a walk outside of the classroom. Students will find this fresh and exciting. Without taking much effort, they will learn and remember what you teach them. 6, role play. Teaching through role play is a great way to make children step out of their comfort zone and develop their interpersonal skills. This method comes in handy especially when you are teaching literature, history, and current events. The role-playing approach will help a student understand how the academic material will be relevant to his everyday tasks. Role-playing is most effective for students of almost any age group. You just need to customize depending on the age group. You can even use this method for teaching preschoolers. Just make sure you keep it simple enough to capture their limited attention span. 7, storyboard teaching. Rudyard Kipling rightly said, if history were taught in the form of stories, it would never be forgotten. Storyboarding is a great way to teach any subject which requires step-by-step memorization or visualization high conceptual ideas. History teachers can use storyboard to recreate a famous event. Such visually stimulating activity will ensure that even complex ideas are easily put across to students. You can also encourage the use of storyboard as a form of communication and let the student tell a story in pictures using their imagination. Stimulating classroom environment. A classroom environment that is well decorated, fun, engaging will help stimulate a student's mind and will help think and learn better. Such as creative and stimulating environment will help them explore and will encourage them to learn about the subject. Children, especially young ones, can be expected to sit all day and learn. An environment that positively impacts the children is beneficial for you as well. Children, school associated with early years foundation stage or EYFS will focus for the fact that learning environment has a prime role in learning and development. Number 9, welcome new ideas. An open-minded attitude can help you in innovating new teaching methods. Who you might claim to be open-minded, it's human nature to resist change. Evaluate yourself and ensure you try out new ideas in the classroom. Number 10, think about a new hobby. Sometimes a hectic workload may affect your engagement in teaching. If it happens to you, it's natural. You can take a break for a couple of hours and engage in some other activities that you were interested in. This will rejuvenate you and you can return to your work with more passion and interest. Number 11, work together as a team. As everyone knows, the end result of the collaborative effort is always immense. Think about spending some quality time with your colleagues. Ask them to share their views or improving teaching method. You can see many of them come up with interesting strategies. Number 12, puzzles and games. Learning is fun when puzzles and games are part of education. Children may not require taking conscious effort when their lessons are introduced through games. Puzzles and games help children to think creatively and face challenges. 13. Start school clubs or groups. What about starting after a school club or group? Being a teacher, you may not get enough time to work on interesting topics that you are passionate about. You can share your views and learn more from others when you have school clubs or groups. 14. Refer to books on creativity. To be a creative teacher, you need to do some research on creative ideas and techniques. There are a lot of books on creativity. Choose some of the best works and start learning. It will be helpful for your professional developments as well. 15. Love what you do. You can give your best only if you truly love what you do. When you are not stressed, you will be more creative and inspired. Loving your works keep you relaxed and give you room to experiment with new ideas. Introduce lessons like a story. Just think, why do you watch movies with much interest? You like to watch movies because there is always an interesting story to keep you engaged. Okay, viewer, that's 16 strategies in teaching English, especially in the English teaching method. Stay tuned and don't forget to learn and subscribe. Thank you, bye-bye.